No, man, my nigga died on top of a hoe, man. Yeah, my nigga died fucking. What? Look, my nigga died like the nigga in Colors without the bullet shot. Oh, boy, that nigga my hero. God damn. Say, nigga, I might get a Kevin Samuels tattoo. Like how them niggas got the Young Dolph tattoos, the Nipsey Hussle tattoo. I'm coming with the Kevin Samuels tattoo. I vow to never put a nigga name on my body, nigga, but you got to go on me, nigga. Oh, say I got a new hero. Y'all niggas like Muhammad Ali, but I think the baddest nigga since Ali might be Kevin Samuel. Pop, pop.
Woo! I'm just gonna pause it right there for a moment, family. Y'all like to look up to people like Ali. I think the baddest man since Ali was Kevin Samuels. You have got to be kidding me. Family. Now, before we dig into that, okay, he's talking about Kevin Samuels and how he passed away, of course, right? He said that Kevin Samuels was divorced. He didn't have no woman, so how he died isn't wrong. True. True. But he's also saying Kevin Samuels is his hero for how he died. Now, not being wrong for what you were doing when you died and someone being your hero for how they died, that's two totally different things, right? And this is what I mean by this reveals a lot of the problems in our communities, is that we hold sex higher than priority, okay? We hold sex higher than family, lineage, tribe, and inheritance, okay? How this man died because he died having sex. He died after being with a woman, of course, likely having sex. We're going to say he's our hero. He said this is for all the players and the pimps. These are names we call ourselves as to give each other props, family. These are not names that we take as derogatory. Now, if a woman is called a whore, and it's basically the same characteristics as a pimp or a player would have, basically they carry themselves the same way. Their actions are the same, but what they get called, we don't take that as derogatory. We actually uplift each other when we call each other pimps, players, and things of that nature, okay? And so what I mean with this is it shows how we are not geared to producing family, okay? Kevin Samuels' whole point was telling women that you're gonna die alone if you don't be accountable to the behavior and the femininity that it takes to manage a marriage, to maintain a happy relationship, have a father in your children's life, okay? Have a leader in your life, in your children's life. And if you don't do these things, you're going to die alone if you don't prioritize family and tribe, right? Now, he's saying Kevin Samuels is a hero for how he died. Now, would Kevin Samuels say that based on his criteria that he gives women? You're going to die alone. Doesn't that mean that Kevin Samuels died alone, family? Rise and shine, family. All right, listen, every man needs to see this video, okay? This video is of Charleston White praising Kevin Samuels for how he passed away. The video isn't exactly about Charleston White. It's actually about how we view the world, how we see family, and how we see success, okay? I want to play this video because I believe it reveals a lot about our communities and how we create our lives and our reality. Okay, family? Check this out.
Rest of you nigga bullshit. Yeah. God damn it. Say, boy, this is mother say, man, Kevin Samuel, my new motherfucking hero. I just found out how he died. Get on back, motherfucker. Yeah, I just found out how Kevin Samuels died. He's my new motherfucking hero. Boy, I ain't bullshit. I ain't bullshit. That nigga, boy, that nigga my new motherfucking hero. Say, man, I don't know nothing about what you niggas talking about. Man, I just found out. Say, listen, I just found out how Kevin Samuel was died, y'all. On top of a hoe. Say, boy, that nigga just, oh, man. Say, oh, boy. Say, I'm talking about, boy, this is a day and a celebration. Say, listen to me. Say, y'all hear me out. Man, hold on, y'all. I got to get over here and talk to y'all. Say, listen, man, this is a day and a motherfucking celebration for all motherfucking players, Max, and everything. Listen to me, man. Say, every nigga in America going forward. I know Mexican got Cinco de Mayo. But May 5th going forward, nigga, is a national players holiday for all motherfucking players, nigga, on behalf of Kevin Samuels. He laid down the blueprint. He laid down the format. He the first nigga in our modern day time come through checking bitches and correcting hoes, and he done it on the national platform. Now, peep game, right? Now, they finna try to make the man look bad. The man wasn't married. Y'all tried to say he was gay. He wasn't found in no hotel room high fucking on the pump. No, man, my nigga died on top of a hoe, man. Yeah, my nigga died fucking. What? Look, my nigga died like the nigga in Colors with after bullet shot. Oh, boy, that nigga my hero. God damn. Say, nigga, I might get a Kevin Samuels tattoo. Like how them niggas got the Young Dolph tattoos, the Nipsey Hussle tattoo. I'm coming with the Kevin Samuels tattoo. I vow to never put a nigga name on my body, nigga, but you got to go on me, nigga. Oh, say I got a new hero. Y'all niggas like Muhammad Ali, but I think the baddest nigga since Ali might be Kevin Samuel. Pop, pop.
Woo! I'm just gonna pause it right there for a moment, family. Y'all like to look up to people like Ali. I think the baddest man since Ali was Kevin Samuels. You have got to be kidding me. Family. Now, before we dig into that, okay, he's talking about Kevin Samuels and how he passed away, of course, right? He said that Kevin Samuels was divorced. He didn't have no woman, so how he died isn't wrong. True. But he's also saying Kevin Samuels is his hero for how he died. Now, not being wrong for what you were doing when you died, and someone being your hero for how they died, that's two totally different things, right? And this is what I mean by this reveals a lot of the problems in our communities, is that we hold sex higher than priority, okay? We hold sex higher than family, lineage, tribe, and inheritance, okay? How this man died because he died having sex. He died after being with a woman, of course, likely having sex. We're going to say he's our hero. He said this is for all the players and the pimps. These are names we call ourselves as to give each other props, family. These are not names that we take as derogatory. Now, if a woman is called a whore, and it's basically the same characteristics as a pimp or a player would have, basically they carry themselves the same way. The actions are the same, but what they get called, we don't take that as derogatory. We actually uplift each other when we call each other pimps, players, and things of that nature. Okay, and so what I mean with this is it shows how we are not geared to producing family, okay? Kevin Samuels' whole point was telling women that you're gonna die alone if you don't be accountable to the behavior and the femininity that it takes to manage a marriage, to maintain a happy relationship, have a father in your children's life, okay? Have a leader in your life, in your children's life. And if you don't do these things, you're going to die alone if you don't prioritize family and tribe, right? Now he's saying Kevin Samuels is a hero for how he died. Now, would Kevin Samuels say that based on his criteria that he gives women? You're going to die alone. Doesn't that mean that Kevin Samuels died alone, family? He was twice divorced. His relationship with his daughter, I believe, is estranged as he doesn't speak to her that often, is what I'm seeing in the media, okay? When we talk about dying and leaving an inheritance to your children, this is not what we're talking about. I don't think, if you guys have ever went through any situation where you've almost died, that you know that you don't want to be laying with some stranger, being all vulnerable while this stranger watches you die or can see you go through what you're going through. You'd rather spend that time with your family, okay? When I went through my health go through, the only thing I could think about is my family and the people I held dear to me. It wasn't strangers about some sex. Do you understand? That's not the way I would want to die. Even if I met up with a lady, I'm single, I can do what I want. I meet up with a lady and something happens to me and I die like that. I don't see how that's something to brag about, especially if my affairs were not in order. If I don't have my rightful heir, if I haven't taken the time to be accountable to making sure my heir can carry on my lineage and my legacy, making sure I have a relationship with the person that I joined with to create my heir, my wife, okay, my other counterpart, my partner. You understand? These things men are not taught to look for growing up. We're taught to look for sex. We're taught to be validated by how often we can get sex. You understand? So a lot of times we're in survival mode. If you're in survival mode, you're not going to take the time to vet properly, to make sure you're choosing a person that you can truly bring a lineage through, a legacy through. If you want that, you want a woman with character. You want a woman with femininity. You want a woman that can nurture. You want a woman that can follow. Who can honor their commitments, who knows that them staying with you is a lifelong journey, because you guys are working to leave your lineage, which is everything that you guys accomplish in life, to your heirs. This is how a king thinks. Peasants think like survival mode. How many women you messing with? When the last time you have sex? Where the hoes at? How many women you sleeping with? And all this seems to validate who you are, but Is that really going to help you out as a man? Is that really the man you want to be for your lineage and legacy? Because as far as we can see, family, we're not promised tomorrow. You understand? We're not promised tomorrow. So any day, like you see, Kevin Samuels was fine the day before, and the next day he's out of here. We're not promised tomorrow. So what is going to be your inheritance? They got us chasing wealth, fortune. You understand? But how long does it take to obtain wealth and fortune? We spending it on things to be validated. We're spending it on attention from women. This cannot be a person who's ready to manifest their future self or ready to manifest a legacy or a lineage. What you can see with our culture, specifically in the black man, is that through transatlantic slavery, we've lost our focus on family and tribe and true inheritance and lineage. Okay, through being bred for slavery, that's the main thing that was stripped from us is culture and tribe. So of course we're going to still think like domesticated animals. You understand? You take animals like dogs who were domesticated from the wolf. Look at how they breed, family. The idea in mind is not legacy because they're breeding for survival. We've been crossbreeding these animals to get what we wanted out of them, not with them breeding with what they were trying to create themselves. But if you look in nature, you can see animals compete to create because they are competing for survival. It's very important who they share that DNA with to create that next self, because survival is key. That's the whole point of it. Okay, so if you are having sex for desires, if you're having sex for validation, a lot of times this is not going to yield your best self. You're going to sleep with the last thing at the club because you're horny. You're not going to take the time to vet and find the right woman to sleep with and share your life with so you can bring out the best possible lineage that you can have. A woman who has character, a woman who has commitment, who has discipline. And that's the mother of your child, because that's what it takes to build a healthy legacy. You understand? You would have a child with her. She's healthy, okay, in her genetics. That means she's eating right. She has a workout regimen, right? You're going to make sure you pick the right woman to have your children with. But if you're not thinking about your children and legacy, you're going to sleep with whoever. That's selling your birthright or giving it to whoever. Okay? And then after the fact is this person who I'm sure wouldn't have wanted to die that way. He's now being celebrated for it. And we're saying it's our hero. He's saying he's going to get a tattoo on him. This shows you how we think as men in our communities. And if we're going to be accountable to actually having a kingdom, that means something that can be respected amongst our peers, something that's going to carry into the future. Your offspring will be able to enjoy in what you have created. Your offspring will be able to share in what you've passed down because you've taken the time to be accountable to your offspring. Do you understand? A man that's not in survival mode, he would think about his family early in life, and he would vet for the right woman to lay with, to marry, to be with. He wouldn't be saying, let me just see how many women I can sleep with, y'all. This is a frame of thought that we got through slavery. It makes us look at sex egotistically. Do you understand, family? And then we're not actually looking at it from tribe and relationship. People tell me now, Kevin, you got 2 wives. It's for sex. It's not for sex. You understand? It's for tribe. It's for community. It is for inheritance. It is for lineage. It's absolutely not for sex. If it was for sex, I would have stayed single. I would have slept with whoever, whenever, and not been accountable to managing any relationship or commitment with the women that I sleep with. This is a mature thing. It's not an immature thing. You understand? When a person says, I'm going to be accountable to you or you and someone else for the duration of our lives so we can manifest a healthy life, that is not about sex. But that's often how we look at relationships, especially when we don't understand them. It's got to be about sex because that's what we're taught, family. Okay? But Muhammad Ali, family, is a man who stood for our rights. He was a man of character. He was a man who spoke out against people who were trying to terrorize us, people who were mistreating us. That is a hero. He is a man who poured himself into his talents, who was a great man. He was a man's man. Do you understand? He didn't just stand for the things that the typical man stands for. Go out and see how much wealth you can amass, brag about it, show off to all the people that helped you get there. That wasn't Muhammad Ali. He was a totally different person, and not just anybody can be that being. So that's a hero because he died. He did heroic things. Now, what Kevin Samuels was trying to do was raise our vibration. Now, of course, some of the things that he said, the way he said it, We can all find faults and all of that. But the main problem was we don't treat each other right. And there's so many men who want a healthy relationship, but there are so many women who are seeking some fantasy. And they look right over these men. And this ain't going to be healthy if you look forward about 20 to 30 years from now. We're going to see more broken homes because women are chasing some idea of a man, some idea of wealth, not truly understanding that your genetics is your inheritance. That is your wealth. It's not this tangible social construct of wealth that we've created. It's not money. It cannot be. Money isn't real. That cannot truly be your inheritance. I say we should all learn from nature. Do you understand? When we look at nature, we can see that nature knows that it's about cultivating, manifesting your best self for whenever you breed or whenever you have sex, you're able to manifest the greatest version of yourself because you've been accountable to unlocking your DNA before this. Not just living your life, going out, seeing who you can sleep with, just having some fun. And if she get pregnant, try and do the right thing. No, having a child is being disciplined even before she gets pregnant. It means vetting the right person, knowing that you are stable before you bring her into your life, knowing that you have a mission, know that know your plan, be working to manifest your plan. Know what you're leaving to your children by knowing who you are and your value. Do you understand? We don't think about family as much as we think about success. Success, and what is success? What they told us success was, which is why we're going to stay in the back when it comes to economics, because we don't understand that the true value is in your character. It's in your it's in your lineage, it's in your genes. It is not in some tangible wealth that you amass outside of yourself. That is only social. Do you understand? Let me continue.
Oh, let's say, I just found out how my nigga died. Oh, my nigga died. Say, boy, listen. Say, man, listen. Say, boy, you talking about dying like that nigga on Colors and they came in. Now, Kevin Samuels, you the greatest, nigga. Say, nigga, you better than Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner had to put a bunch of holes around him. Say, all my nigga did was just cut on the camera and hoes flocked to him. The baddest nigga say, oh man, say, man, when I say we just got the reports. My nigga was in the hotel with the broad or wherever they was. He was doing good night before last. My nigga was jumping. 9 times out of 10, man, he probably had the dick enhancement. We all do it, ladies. We all do it. Yeah, we all do it. My nigga probably overworked himself. You know how we do it, fella. And boy, we be laid back there, that motherfucker heartbeat. We can't tell the bit. They say my nigga rolled over for one more session. Say he rolled over for one more session, got on top of her, and fell down. Oh, my nigga died on top of her. Say, it got to be a God. It got to be a God for players the way my nigga went out. Say, like the army. Say, like the military. Oh, say, boy, say, like the military. Oh, my nigga went on top. He been checking bitches and correcting hoes, and when he died, they find him on top of a hoe. Oh, what a way to go.
Now, guys, now consider Kevin Samuels' content, okay? If there were women right now saying that, it's praising another woman for how she died, and she died not married, she died unmarried, she died with a male escort, or she died with some man that she recently just met, okay? But they don't have any history together and whatnot, and now she dies while she's with this man, okay? She has a child, but her relationship with that child is a little bit estranged. She has 2 marriages that didn't work out, that she's divorced from. If women were saying, that's my hero because she died with a man, with an escort, we wouldn't be saying that that's cool. You understand? We'd be saying, yo, you died alone. You died without a family. You died without a husband. You died without, your tribe close to you, right? Which is when we start thinking about life and death, and we start thinking about the people that we love, not some stranger. You understand? Now, again, I'm not speaking for everyone. And this is why I always ask, what type of person are you going to be? You understand? There's always been loose women. Kevin Samuels wasn't saying that this just started. You understand? He was speaking to people who wanted marriage, who wanted more out of their life. Now, if you want to live your life where you live it like that in survival mode, just sleeping with whoever you want to, and you can call that fun, that's fine. Maybe it is. But again, being accountable to legacy, it may not always look like fun. It looks like focus. It looks like effort. It looks like consistency and discipline. And maybe that's why we shun those types of things, because we don't want to be accountable to being a better person. So we act like, having sex with low vibrational people or having sex quick, that these are good things. And that's why we say you a player, you a pimp, and act like it's a good thing. But the man who doesn't sleep around that often, he's the square. He's the cornball. Why? Because he's not laying around with everything. He doesn't think like that. You understand? And this type of treatment where someone who has high character, who vibrates himself high, who has values, when he is getting punitive treatment from his society, this will make him think that this ain't the way to be. See, if a person is not committing crimes and carrying themselves on the up and up, and what they get is called square, lame, beta male, because they're staying out of trouble, it'll begin to look like those aren't the type of character traits to have. Especially when women seem to go for guys who have the opposite character traits. This is what bleeds into us having negative communities, family. We reward negative behavior. Do you understand? When at the end of it, though, can you say dying without your legacy, dying without your family, dying without having your affairs in order, is it truly a reward? Yes, there's going to be people in life that's going to congratulate you for how many women you can sleep with. It's going to be women out here who congratulate other women for how many men they can sleep with and use for their money. Yes, that's going to be out here. But what type of life do you want? See, like by the time you're in your late 50s, is that what you still want to be doing? Just sleeping around with strange women? You're not married still. You don't have your affairs in order. You don't have the person that you want to leave your legacy to. And I don't just mean leave some money to. Money can be squandered. When I talk about legacy, family, I'm talking about character, how you think, okay, your outlook on life, breaking generational curses from trauma that you went through, making sure your children don't go through that same trauma, being in your child's life, being active in your child's life, passing them a business that they can run and carry on for you, like other cultures do. Because what these other cultures are doing, which has them socially ahead of us, is they focus on their family. They focus on their tribe and their lineage. It's very important to them on how successful their children are. So it's very important to them on the partner that they have those children with. The mindset of that person, your mindset, your resources, the family that surrounds you. You want to make sure your children has that. And if you're not doing that, can you truly say that you're honoring your next self, that you're being the best version of you so you can have the best version of yourself? Are you truly thinking like that? Or is it boring to you? Because a lot of people are going to watch this video and say, man, I ain't trying to do all of that. I'm not trying to be accountable to manifesting a great wife by being a great husband. I'm not trying to be accountable to manifesting a great husband by being a great wife. Those things, that's too hard. Discipline, consistency. Nah, I'd just rather keep the same outlook I have on life because I don't have to grow. I just have to be good at getting women to sleep with me. I just got to be good at convincing men to give me their money. I don't actually have to be good at being a better person. I don't have to take time and effort to manifest a better version of me so I can change the people around me. I'm just going to, meet people who vibrate low like me, and that'll be how I get through life. And I'm gonna find a way to make that positive, by bigging it up, so to speak. But at the end of the day, it's all talk because your children don't get to receive any of the benefits from that lifestyle that you lived. And that's why I say, are you living your life for desire? Or are you living your life for inheritance? Because if you're living your life for your inheritance and longevity, then you're not going to always run to your desires. It's always easy to go spend the money that you earned on something and say you deserve it because you spend a lot of time working. True. That's what peasants do. They find ways to relieve themselves from their common lives, of work. So when they get paid, they find a way to spend it on a way to enjoy themselves. You understand? Where people who are building wealth, they find a way to use that money to where it makes them more money. Do you understand? And so it's like we try to say that, hey, let me spend my money how I want to because I work my butt off. I'm at work all the time. Let me go out and have some fun. Nobody can deny you that. But a person who's focused on vision, they won't put fun over tribe. Okay, they won't do that. And a lot of you guys are saying, well, Kevin Samuels died with money. Maybe he did. But what I mean by inheritance, I don't mean paper dollars. Yes, money it counts when it comes to an inheritance, but it cannot be just money. If you haven't prepared your children for that money, they'll only squander it, guys. If you haven't prepared your family for that money, prepared your family to run your business, they're not going to be able to. It's going to decline from that moment going forward. The moment that you pass, going forward, it's going to decline. And they're likely not going to have the same propensity and desire to carry that mission as much as you did, because you didn't prepare them and teach them about it. You see what I'm saying? You didn't bring them into the fold, so to speak. And that's what your children are. They're supposed to be your heirs. But are we truly seeing our children as that? Or do we see them as burdens? Do you understand? Like, yo, she pregnant and I ain't ready. You know why she's pregnant and you're not ready? Because you were sleeping around and you weren't ready. You weren't protecting yourself and you weren't ready. And you picked a woman of low character because you wasn't ready. We have to be accountable to being better men so we can choose better women, so we can create communities. Instead of yelling at the women who don't want to be better women and thinking that's going to change our community. I keep saying, be the change you want to see. You understand? Kevin Samuels definitely opened up a lot of points. But in order to truly manifest a greater family, you're going to have to be better. We're going to personally have to be better as men. Yes, we can let women know the problems with their behaviors. But if we're going to keep celebrating men having those same exact behaviors, we're not really being a good example to the women that we're trying to raise the vibration of. Does that make sense, family? If you're telling her, hey, yo, carry yourself with higher character. Don't be so loose. Don't give yourself to people on the first night. Don't give yourself to people so quickly. You lose value. Of course, she's going to say, and you don't? Because truthfully, you do. If you say don't marry a woman that got a bunch of kids, well, then why should a woman marry you if you have a bunch of children? It still bleeds into your economics. It still means you won't have as much to leave the children that you have with her because you have other children outside of your marriage. The more children that you have, that's the more inheritance you're going to have to leave. You understand? So that's the less money that you make, the more children you have, because that's the more money going out. You see what I'm saying? Now, later in life, you can have 20 children. And if you were faithful to being in your children's life, teaching them what you know, those 20 children can be a great blessing to you. You understand? But if you don't teach your children what you know, those 20 children are going to be a great a burden on you, because they're going to need you and not contribute to your legacy and lineage. So if you're not going to be accountable to being the best person you can be, all this telling other people to change and telling people to do it a different way, or telling them to have high character, it's not going to lead into your lineage at all, because you're not doing it. Do you understand? Let's continue.
Oh, man. Oh, boy, you talking about a nigga. Say, listen, man. My nigga didn't die like King Von. He didn't die like Nipsey Hussle. He didn't die like DMX. He didn't die like, what's that nigga? The fentanyl. He didn't die like that. He didn't die like Monster Cody. Who else? He didn't die like Prince. He didn't die like Whitney Houston. He damn sure didn't die like Michael Jackson. Say, my nigga died on top of hoe. And she said he was doing just fine the night before.
So for me, instead of giving honor and praise to a person for how they died, don't you think it'd be better to give honor and praise to a person for how they lived? Just saying. Let's continue.
Oh, my nigga fucked himself to death. Oh, Lord. If there's any kind of way that I can go, oh, I sure wouldn't mind going like Kevin Samuels. Hell, nigga, fucked himself to death. Oh, boy, my nigga. Ooh, my nigga. Oh, that's my nigga. Oh, I was sad. Man, I was sad. I was saying, oh, Lord, don't let him have found my nigga in a hotel with a punk. Oh, I knew he wasn't gay, God. Oh, God, don't let him. Oh, don't let him be with a bunch of niggas shooting dope somewhere, God. Oh, God, they didn't kill him at the club, did they? No, he died on top of a hoe. The way a real nigga supposed to go. With a bitch. Wasn't no homeboys around.
He died on top of a hoe the way a real N-word supposed to go. See the logic on that, family? I would much rather die with my wives. Hold my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I'll get some last words or something. You know what I mean? I don't want to die with some strange woman. I would be like, hell no, not like this. And a lot of y'all men, maybe y'all saying, yo, that's the life for me. But yo, that's not the life for me, because that means I'm not I'm not doing what my mission in life is to do, which is leave my inheritance to my children and my legacy and lineage to my children, family. Like, again, you're going to be who you look up to. You're going to be who you absorb. You understand? And that's why I say maybe we need to change our heroes. Maybe we need to change what behaviors that we say are heroic. You see what I'm saying? Maybe it's not heroic to have a whole bunch of women and be having sex with all these women. Maybe it's not heroic to be able to get any woman you see. Maybe it's not heroic to play all of these women. Maybe it's not. Maybe because it does not lead into having a healthier family and tribe and community, maybe that's not heroic. And maybe we should look at that as counterproductive to community and tribe. You understand? Because when you're having all these relationships with no accountability to being responsible for them, how is that going to benefit you in the future? 10 times out of 10, we see men who live their lives sleeping with whoever, whenever, wherever, end up with a whole lot of children. And oftentimes or not, they fail at leaving a legacy to those children. Okay? So we need to put more thought into what is the family supposed to be like, family? How much time and effort should we put into manifesting a family? How important is family? I would venture to say family is more important than anything, especially more important than any of these things they created for us to chase, like wealth, okay? Houses, jewelry, cars. Those things are nice, but those things are not legacy and lineage and tribe. They lose value. 100 years down the road, nobody will care what kind of car you bought. But if you focus on your lineage and pick the right woman and be accountable to your best self, 100 years from now, your lineage will be powerful, family. And that's truly what success is. And that's what the people who have successful families know. They know this. I was talking to my brother earlier today. I was saying, look at these major name brands. These are family names. Many of us, when we decide on a family name, we decide on something on a name brand, we decide on something that sounds cool to us. You understand? Not something that is our family name, because our family names are linked to slavery, our slave owners. You understand? We don't know who we are by our last name, so we don't put value in a name. You understand? But your family name should come from the effort, the consistency, the discipline that you take to put time into your family, and therefore your family name would hold weight because it would have character. You understand? It would have wealth, it'd have tribe, it'd have lineage, and people would respect that name. And the generation that's born of that name would value that name, rather than just your name being, Walker or White because you had a slave master who had that name down the road. You understand? And so we go buy these name brands thinking they're just name brands, but these are family names, and they name their clothing that because they take pride in their name. You understand, family? It's time for us to start taking pride in our genetics, pride in our lineage, and start making sure we do everything possible to create a better, a stronger tribe going forward. And that's what we have a job to do. We can't really blame our parents for how we got here and what they were doing, but what we can do is do better with what we have. You understand? By how you choose. You recognize the problems in this world. You can see our families aren't as tight as they should be. You can see that economically we are held back, and a lot of that is due to how we spend, how we see money, how we value things, how we build relationships. Yes, there is also an entity that is trying to destroy us and keep us from being successful, but what they taught us through slavery, family, the cycles that we create through that lack of knowledge, okay, we are our own worst enemy. And we can fix a lot of our problems if we change what we value, change what we hold in high regard. You understand? This is a blatant example of why men vibrate so low in our communities, because we praise character traits that are not high. They don't lead to having healthy families. They lead to having broken homes, and we praise those behaviors. That's not healthy.
In the hole. He fell on top of her. My nigga. Huh. God damn it. The boy laid the blueprint for us down, fella. Going forward, we know how to check bitches and correct hoes. We don't let these bitches and these hoes put these unrealistic expectations on us. Kevin Samuels done freed us, y'all. Dr. King freed the Negroes. Kevin Samuels done come free the nigga. Oh, man.
Now, look, I will say this, family. Kevin Samuels made many men aware who were seeing women like they would see their mothers or their sisters. And so treating women how your mothers tell you to treat women is to treat them like they don't have flaws, like they are innocent, like they are stand-up women. And for a lot of men, we led with that, treating women with the utmost respect and things of that nature, but we weren't getting from these relationships what we expected from them. We're getting used and things in the process. And what Kevin Samuels really exposed for us is that every woman is not the type of quality woman as your mother and sister. And so if you go around treating all of these women like you would treat your mother or sister, you're gonna get used. Every woman ain't worthy of that. You understand? It's a lot of ducks out here. It's a lot of women out here who are not worthy of you even walking up to them and vetting them or trying to get to know them, because they don't even, their plan is to use you. They don't care nothing about a man. They don't care nothing about his feelings. They don't care nothing about where he's trying to go or anything like that. And so if you're treating women, in high regard with all of this respect and adoration that your mother told you to treat them with, you may be simping, which is giving her affection and giving her things that she has not earned. And for a lot of men, we didn't think that women are supposed to earn anything from us. Being as how women are taught more so, like men are not taught how to necessarily manage a relationship, but we're taught how to treat a woman, like open doors for her, pay for the meal, ask her out, and do these types of things. But women are not taught how to act on a date necessarily. You see, so a lot of times they're aloof to how they should carry themselves when courting with a man, when dealing with a man. You understand? And men are not really taught how to treat a woman after the relationship is established. We're taught all those fancy things to be able to get her to sleep with us. But a lot of times we're not taught how to negotiate and manage a healthy relationship. You understand? So a lot of times for a lot of men, they were going through this issue where they're being told they're too nice, where they are being the right type of man, but they're being the right type of man to the wrong type of woman, and they didn't know how to vet her. Kevin Samuels did help a lot of men. He gave a lot of men backbone by giving them an awareness that they didn't have. A lot of men were being misused by women and didn't know it because we weren't taught how we are supposed to be treated by women. He actually did help us out a lot. But if we're going to take everything he ever did and turn it into, hey, yo, he taught us how to be. He died with a hoe. He died with a woman that he didn't even know that good. He died having sex. He died doing this. Then you realize that's opposite to what Kevin was trying to teach. He was trying to teach how to maintain relationships, how to fix the problem that we have with family. The way Charleston is spinning this thing is like Kevin's goal was to teach us how to be better players. You see what I'm saying? That's not the case though. Now, what I've seen from Kevin Samuels' rhetoric is that his goal, whether you like how he was trying to get there or not, was to strengthen family in our communities. Okay, let's continue.
Y'all been saying the black woman been kicking us in our ass. They start making songs, hollering about niggas ain't shit, calling us scrubs because we were riding in the passenger side of our homeboy because our car broke down and we didn't know how to fix the motor. Yeah, they called us scrubs because we were down for about 6 months out the year. Staying at mama house, but we were showing up at the club dressed clean because we once used to have our own place. And we still had some of them clean clothes from when we had our own place. But now we're at mama house with the clean clothes and the car broke down. My partner got a clean ride. I'm gonna get clean and get in the passenger seat. Pull up at the gas station, try to holler at a bitch, and she holler about she don't want to talk to the nigga in the passenger seat. She wants the nigga in the car, in the driver's seat. She don't know he beat the shit out of bitches. She don't know he last hoe he got, he broke her jaw in her nose and beat her daddy and her brothers up. She don't know that though, cause he in the driver's seat. So bitch overlooked me to get her jaw broke 6 months down the road.
Which was an issue. Okay, so women are chasing men who have resources, but they don't care about these men's character. So it doesn't lead to a healthy relationship. And this was a blatant problem in our communities. Why? Media. Media tells women that that's what they should be seeking, that that's the type of man to have. Community, what happens in our community a lot of times, that's taught to women on what type of man to seek. And it's not healthy for the family they're going to create either. The man with those type of behavior traits is not going to be a good husband to your children either. You understand? And so if you're just chasing him because he has resources, you don't get the actual character. That's what I mean by high value man, by a man with high values. Chasing a man with just a lot of money doesn't mean he's going to have all the other personality traits that it takes to bring you a happy and healthy harmonic lineage and tribe. You understand? It's not going to equal that necessarily. This is why you can't just stop at someone having resources. They need to have more than that. But again, he notices that This is one of the things that Kevin Samuels spoke to. Women looking over the good guy who don't seem to have it all together yet. And instead of working with him while he's at the bottom and helping him amass wealth, she's looking over him and looking at the guy with low character who seems to have it all together. Right. Now, on the flip side, while that is a fact, he's saying, I'm praising this man who slept with this woman that he wasn't in a relationship with because he died having sex with her. What's the logic in that, family? You see, because that's the main problem, is congratulating each other off having sex, not maintaining a relationship. I get it. Men grow up and our goal is to learn how to, court women and talk to women. So it shows you a skill set if you can get with a lot of women. You understand? But it also shows your lack of discipline if you're just sleeping with women for sex and not trying to negotiate and learn how to be a better man and maintain relationships with the women. Do you understand? So whenever we put sex as the thing that we congratulate and not character, then sex is going to be the thing that people continue to seek for validation, believing that they don't necessarily need character. I don't need character. It doesn't matter if I'm able to maintain relationships, as long as I'm able to sleep with women and all that type of stuff. My male peers are going to hold me in high regard. I'm going to be seen as the man. The man. It doesn't matter if I have family and I'm pouring into my family and being a good husband and being faithful to the people that I have in my life, to the women I have in my life. I'll get actually more praise and adoration from my peers in my community if I am the former version, which is the version that is just sleeping with women with no commitments and no understanding. You understand? So why would I ever raise my value to being a family man with legacy in mind and having vision when that don't get as much respect in our neighborhoods? You see, what if we actually told men that had families, men that had tribe and were passing on their inheritance to their children by spending time with their children, working with their children, okay? What if we told them that they were the man? What if we was like, oh, bro, you married? You got 3 kids? You a good father to a man? You the man. Why can't we do that? You see, as women, what if women were telling other women, oh, you got married? You faithful to your husband? Girl, you loyal? Girl, you nurture your husband? You cater to his ego? You motivate him? You the woman. Like you a boss chick, right? Instead, we're congratulating behaviors that are counterproductive to harmonic relationships. It's the problem with our community, and his behavior is revealing that, right? Let's continue.
And he still whoop bitches. Just right now today, even after the song gone, he still whoop hoes. So that's what I'm saying. Kevin Samuels came and freed us, y'all. So can't nobody down talk my nigga. Can't nobody shit on his name. That nigga went out in style, baby. He went out on top, literally. My nigga went out on top. Oh, say, wow, boy, May 5th ain't seen my...
See, to us in our communities, family, sex is everything. So if you die having sex, oh, he went out on top. But yo, that's like one part of life. That's not something to brag about. Why is that something to brag about? And and that's why I say that the things that we should brag about should be the things that, that's not an overnight thing. It's built with consistency. It's built brick by brick. You understand? Not these easy things that can come along. Why is that something that we praise? And that's why I say we're afraid of greatness, because greatness takes commitment. It takes effort. You understand? We want quick things that we can accomplish, not things that take, years to accomplish. You see what I'm saying? And you passing on your legacy and your lineage, that's a lifetime goal. That is not an overnight thing. And until we start rewarding our brothers and sisters who are being faithful to their families, who are being faithful to their missions, who care about lineage and legacy, until we start bigging that stuff up, things like this will be rampant in our communities, because we all want to be validated and accepted amongst our peers. And if this is what we get taught is cool socially, then what do you think we're going to vibrate to being? Do you understand? No shot at Charleston. He's revealing how a lot of men think. And that's why I say every man need to watch this video and decide what type of man you're going to be.
Go to my yo no more, nigga. It's Kevin Samuels Day. And it's a national motherfucking holiday. Nigga, we ain't wearing no drawers on May 5th. I ain't bullshit. May 5th, 2023. Say all nigga, we ain't wearing no drawers, we taking off, and we checking bitches all day long. We ain't holding doors open for no hoe. None of that shit, nigga. Say, my nigga K. Samuel. Boy, that's a bad motherfucking nigga, my nigga. I ain't bullshit. Y'all thought Mike Tyson was bad. That nigga, that was bad, my nigga. Say, them hoes whoop Mike Tyson. What's her name? Robin Givens and her mama. Y'all ain't seen no nigga whoop no hoe yet. Kevin Samuel was the first nigga to go undefeated with these hoes.
Now look, if you go back and watch several videos of Charleston talking about Kevin Samuels, he's talking about how Kevin Samuels stands, how he carries himself, and saying that man got to be gay. Got to be gay. So he hasn't really been high on Kevin Samuels at all. Actually, he's been criticizing Kevin Samuels, saying that he's too feminine to even be correcting women, that men shouldn't even be speaking to women about how they should change. But now he's like, yo, May the 5th gonna be the day of just checking these hoes. But he used to say that men shouldn't be telling women how to be. Now, maybe his view on life has changed, because I do disagree with that idea. I do believe that a man can tell a woman where she needs to grow, just like I believe a woman can tell a man where she needs to grow, as we can see each other. Anybody can tell anybody if we can see it, right? If you can see where a person needs to grow, tell them, hey, why can't we? You understand? But it seems his view has changed now to Kevin Samuels as the man for the very thing that he used to criticize him for doing. And that could have been just him listening to Kevin Samuels and maybe being enlightened to what Kevin Samuels was really saying, because a lot of people tend to really dislike Kevin Samuels until they truly dive into his content and hear some more of his points in depth versus just on clips. So, but it's funny to me how he switched his views of Kevin Samuels. From now he's his hero to first he saw him as someone that he didn't agree with. You see what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Oh man, couldn't know. Say, and them hoes mad. Say them hoes mad. I know them women, them hoes and them bitches happy my nigga gone. But guess what? My nigga went out on style, bitch. And you hoes still ain't got no man. Yeah, come on in here, bitch. You hoes still ain't got no motherfucking man, hoe. You bitches still po with them unrealistic expectations. You still got that weave in your motherfucking hair. Nappy-headed, bald-head bitches. Yeah, shout out to Kevin Samuels. That's my motherfucking nigga. Yeah.
And the first thing he said is, you women are still single. You're still not in a relationship. But Kevin Samuels was single. And what he was saying to women is, you're going to die alone if you don't correct these issues. Well, listen, guys, he died alone. Because he died in the bed with someone doesn't mean he didn't die alone. He had no relationship established with this woman. Okay, she's not carrying on his inheritance. Okay, so she was not his wife. You understand? He did not have a wife currently. You understand? And so this is what I'm saying. Is this how you want to die? Not being alone? Because he certainly didn't want to die alone. At least his thoughts were that women didn't. That's why he would always say, you're going to die alone. So in his mind, do you think he would say he died like a hero? Because I don't think he would say a woman who died while she was sleeping with a man that she didn't really know, that she didn't really have a relationship with, was heroic. I don't think any of us would say that. Any of us. But instead, he's saying that for Kevin Samuels. And are you saying because his gender is different that we can say that? Because that's kind of what leads to the major problems that we have today. We all should have character. So if a woman wouldn't be heroic for dying single, okay, dying with a estranged relationship with her child, dying without having a partner, a marriage, then why is it okay for a man to die like that? You see what I'm saying? Like, and again, neither one is okay or not okay. It's more about who you want to be, who you're going to be. You understand? And so if you're going to be the type of person to congratulate all of this negative behavior, what type of life do you think you will lead? Do you think you will be a person who says, oh, that's the man right there because he can knock down any woman he wants. That's the man right there because he got all the hoes. Do you think that you will have that outlook on life but still be a man of honor, a man of values? At the same time, your outlook on life is praising men with low values? I think it's impossible to praise one aspect of living and literally live and practice another. You see what I'm saying? I think that your life will line up with what you hold in high regard, what motivates you, what inspires you. You see?
Yeah! Yeah! Say, funky bitches. Yeah, my nigga went out on top of a motherfucking hoe. Yeah, dick dancing. Oh, my nigga went out on top, dick dancing. Yeah, funk ass bitches. They thought they would go find him with a pump. Say my nigga died on top of hoe, nigga. Oh, Kevin Samuel. Oh, he did. My nigga died on top of hoe, nigga. Fuck it. Nigga fucked himself to death with them dick pills. He fucked himself to death like I want to do. No, I don't. But yeah, but I would like to do it if I could. My nigga. My motherfucking nigga, Kevin motherfucking Samuel. My nigga. Rest in peace. Woo, boy, that nigga give me life today. That nigga, babe, man, I said, man, how did he die, God? And boy, I got my answer. If a nigga want to pick how he go, that's how a nigga want to go, baby. Say.
Not me. I want to go with surrounded by my family, surrounded by my wives, having my stuff together, knowing what I'm passing on to who, and them knowing what's being passed on to them and what to do with it, and knowing that my legacy is going to be carried, and knowing I did the right thing by my children. That's how I want to go. You see what I'm saying, family? And I know that man don't get much praise in our communities. But I'm telling you guys, if you're trying to have a healthy family, that's the way to be. If you're trying to actually break generational curses and be a better man than your predecessors were, okay? Break the generational curses that was placed on us during the transatlantic slave trade, then you're probably not going to be the cool guy in your community. And you have to be okay with not being the cool guy. You understand? Because you'll win in the end whenever your children have character. Whenever your wife has character, you won't be out here getting the divorces. You won't be the one being cheated on because you took the time to make sure you pick the right person. Okay? You won't have a wife who's all about that bag and trying to spend your money on frivolous things. You'll have a wife who understands legacy and lineage also. And you won't have to have a wife that is, you look at her, you say she's high maintenance. You got to spend a lot on her to make her happy. She'll know that her children is the priority. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on her. She actually is better. She actually can see where you can invest. She actually can see how the money can be spent for legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to pay stuff off. You understand? I ain't trying to have a whole bunch of things sitting around the house that ain't gonna hold no value in a couple of years, like bags and wallets and clothing and jewelry and things of that nature. I'm actually trying to have properties. Okay, things to really leave to my children. My parents weren't able to leave that stuff to me. And I know that in order to be able to leave that to my children, it's going to take significant work from me. Okay, and I'm not going to be able to spend time out here so-called having fun all the time. And I'm okay to make that sacrifice so that my future selves can have everything that they need. That's the type of man that I am. You understand? I believe that's the type of man that we all should be. You understand? We brought up in life and we think that only women think about their families when there's yet still children. But I believe that we should too. We should know what type of family we want early in life so we can be working to manifest that. We should know where we're going early in life so we can be working to cultivate our best selves family. With that thought in mind, many of us don't know where we're going, what we are doing, and we think we're ready for a family. You understand? Family, he just does more of the same type of talk. But you guys can Google that video if you want to watch it or whatever. But I just wanted to say every man needs to watch this video. A lot of things were revealed in how we praise other men. Okay, things we hold in high regard to other men when we tell women for having these same behavioral traits that they have low character. And you can say, well, it's a different criteria than it is for women than it is for men. But what I'm saying to you guys, family, is if you're going to be in a relationship with another being, with another person, both of y'all are going to have some character and some understanding on your mission going forward. Both of y'all are going to have to carry yourself with character. You can't put gender biases on character and expect the person to want to be in a relationship with you, be loyal to you, be committed with you, to manifest your life's legacy. You can't. Okay, so make sure you care about her. That way you can honor your commitments. Make sure you care about him, ladies, so you can honor your commitments. Okay, these should be lifelong partnerships that we are creating with each other. But because we haven't been accountable to these type of thoughts, the very idea of being with someone for life just sounds disgusting to us. And that's crazy. That should tell you something right there. Soon as you start thinking about, I got to sleep with the same woman forever. I got to be with this woman forever. I got to be with this man forever. You start getting cold feet and bubbles in your stomach and butterflies, and all these weird feelings start setting in, because the idea of being with somebody forever really is a problem for y'all. For a lot of us, what do you think that will translate to our communities looking like in the future? Why don't we love the idea of manifesting a life with a person for life? Why don't we love that idea? Why is that not beautiful, family? You understand? Anyway, be encouraged, family. Really think about the man that you want to be and work hard to manifest that man with family, legacy, and lineage in mind. Tell me what type of man you'd end up being. Now, if it's just about seeking fun and validation and admiration, then that's a totally different man that you would be. Don't get me wrong. But if you start thinking about your legacies to come, I bet you won't be that type of man that you would be in a world where it's just fun. You understand? Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. No candle loses its flame from lighting the other. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you found yourself. Peace.